running back market. Let's talk
This
about
one's
this.
fun.
Let's we got 2 down here. Let's just combine them. So, the running back market, we saw Tony Pollard, Saquon, Josh Jacobs. They didn't sign long-term extensions, which means, and they didn't sign the franchise tag, so they cannot play. They cannot sign a long-term deal.
Right.
So explain this, Dobbs, because you were doing more research during the show.
So again, I do have the exact same document pulled up. Good stuff. This is a reference from CBS Sports. So they said, essentially, so how it works, this is going to be for Saquon, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard. They all have a $10 million, basically, I'm not even going to round up or down. It's basically $10 million, or $10.1 million. And it's like a tender where every week they miss, every game that they would miss, they would miss out on. Where's the number? There's a number somewhere. Well, look, it was like 500,000 something for each game.
Yeah.
And then every
probably
game
a
you
little
miss,
bit over that.
Yeah, like 570,000, something like that for each game you'd miss. And point is, the more games you miss, the less money you'd make. So, and that kind of puts me in a position of, so it's just one of those weird things where they're gonna have to all make almost a decision as a group. It's like, are we all gonna just rock out and say no? We're standing for what more? We're gonna just all skip out on the 10 million, sit out the whole year. Because that's definitely a possibility. We've seen how the running backs are kind of rocking with each other right now. They're kind of starting to heat up the discourse on the social medias. They're kind of letting it be known that they're not happy with the situation. And I'm going to let you talk first, because then I'm going to also lay out, how I feel about the other side, though, like the GM side.
Yeah. I think it's just, like, unfortunate. I think, honestly, this is like a players association issue. Like, I think they needed to work better on, like, getting these guys paid, or, like, I guess, like, with the franchise tag, like, I think it's really stupid that you're, like, tendered if you don't want to sign the tag. Like, you should be able to go where you want to go and everything like that. Anyway, all I'm going to say is, the reality is, you don't need a top running back to win a Super Bowl. But I will say this, and I'll ask Dobbs this question to kind of make my point. What team out of the 3 running backs, the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Raiders, are the most worse off without one of them playing this year? And also, before you answer, I will say that, like you said, I agree. If they actually want to make a change, they all have to sit out. They have to prove a point. They can't. It just can't be one guy. So,
because then it just sends the message again.
Yep.
Like always, there's always
we'll
one
just
that'll
sign.
fold.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll just wait for the one who's going to fold.
Because then they all fold.
Then they all have to fold. It's literally like it's in tangent. But so, yeah, and bro, but then on the other side, again, we talk about the GM side. I'm with you. It's the whole thing. That's the problem. Every GM looks at the teams that win the Super Bowl every year and they're like, okay, Jerick McKinnon just ran for 100 yards. I'm not even going to list all of them. I don't feel like going through my memory and list. You get my point. And they're like, well, you want this, but they just paid him $700K and he just balled out. And it's like, you're still getting a good contract regardless. It's good money. And that's the issue is they're going, look, man, they're the ones valuing the contract. It's not like the running back just losing value because it's losing value. It's losing value because the guys that are paying out the money are saying, they're looking at the checkbook, they're looking at the production, they're going, yeah, this salary's just not matching what I'm paying you.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. And it's unfortunate. I'm with you. It's unfortunate. Nobody wants to be this way. We all love running backs. Running backs make the game so much fun. Running backs an incredibly important position to the game. However, the ones that have gotten paid a lot over the recent years, a lot of the time, it does not go well. And even if it goes well, it does not result in Super Bowl berth or victory.
Right.
So then you have to ask yourself, okay, is this valuation that I've been making accurate? A lot of them are probably saying no.
Yeah.
And that's just what it comes down to. Everyone wants to get paid. What's happening is that everybody can't get paid.
No.
The salary cap is being dominated by other positions now, where they go, the O-lineman woke up. They were like, wait, no, you got to stop paying him $100 million. Where the half is my $100 million for blocking every play? Things started switching. The other markets exploded.
Right.
Safeties are starting to make more money. Running back, that's kind of, so I'd say like the running back safety kind of thing is kind of where safety used to be, and now it's kind of like leveled out, and it's going like this. There's a lot of things happening.
Right.
But again, that's what sucks is that it's not that nobody likes running backs. We all love running backs. The running backs are just losing. They're losing value because the guys that have been paying the contracts are not seeing the return on the money.
Right. I agree.
So it's fucked. And that's where everyone needs to kind of come to a middle ground. And like you said, this is a players association issue.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the salary cap needs to be increased a little bit. I don't know what needs to happen.
I just think like it has to do with the fines. Like these guys like can't like actually make a stand without losing money, and like you said, they're tendered. So where are they gonna go? So like answer the question: which team is the worst? Worse off without the running back? Cowboys, Giants, Raiders.
Well, we're on the same page about this one. It's got to be the Giants.
I think so too. I think Daniel Jones is not nearly worth all that money without a good running back behind him.
It's going to be another this whole thing that's happening with the running backs. We're almost in line. It's a crash course for it. I'll say it 5-6 years in advance. We're going to be headed down the same crash course with QB soon, where everyone's going to go, wait. You guys started demanding all the money, and like 3 of you guys are worth this money. Yeah. Now I'm paying Daniel Jones $40 million because you got $50 million.
Yep.
No, fuck that. And there's going to be a whole reset. Like GMs and people are like, fuck that, dude. Like, you think you're worth that much? I will go draft a dude in the 3rd round that will produce similar to you, and I'm going to just restart. Because there's just no way it's going to work. And that's the thing, bro, at the end of the day. It doesn't work. Daniel Jones being paid that much when your team's trying to compete for the bowl, unless your team's already all built out, which I would say that they're not necessarily. You're lacking a lot of things in the offense.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, that's the whole point, is the crash course has already started for other position groups, and the running backs are the ones getting the brunt of it right now.
I think the thing is, too, like, most running backs, like, even if they, like, get drafted, because they don't get drafted in the first round. We saw Bijan get taken. We saw Jahmyr Gibbs get taken at 12, which was a lot of people were very surprised.
Yeah, y'all should have seen our face at the draft. Like, we were actually cheesing.
I like it now, but during the time, I was like, what are they doing? But also, we were like, oh, Lions move.
Literally, that was just the Dan Campbell moment.
But I will say, like, you get these guys who get drafted on day 3, they perform, they're already making minimal money, and then by the time they get to their second contract, they're at the age where they fall off because they've already been run into the ground. So it's like these guys really don't have a chance. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. The NFL Players Association has to figure something out, because it's just like these guys are just like, they're in probably the worst situation of any position group, and it's not even close because no other position group goes through this.
No, yeah.
Like, no other position group goes through this, so I don't really know.
Yeah, that's a fact.